public defender is an attorney employed by the community and responsible for giving legal aid without cost to any person who seeks it and is financially unable to employ private counsel. It is his duty to defend those accused of crime until the issue is decided in a court of law. The first public defender's office in the United States was opened in January 1913. Over the years, other offices were opened. And today, that handful has grown to a network of lawyers cooperating to protect the rights of our clients. The case I'm going to tell you about concerns an ex-GI we represented on an unusual charge. Pete Norton was serving a short term at the county jail Honor Farm, a minimum security road camp where prisoners are trustees, unguarded and on their honor.
What's eating you, kid?
Nothing.
From the look on your face, it's plenty.
Don't bother me.
I've seen that look on guys before. Lots of times. You're thinking of going over the hill, ain't you?
Not thinking I'm going.
Now, you're off your rocker. You know what they'll do to you if they catch you.
They won't. At least not till I see a certain party.
Don't be a sap, Pete. You break out of here and I'll put you away for keeps.
Be worth it.
Came to see me that very morning. Neither Don Henderson nor I were aware at the time that Pete had just staged a daring escape.
And so, Mr. Matthews, I'm sorry to bust in on you, but unless we do something, there's going to be a jailbreak.
What are you talking about?
Pete Norton is bound to bust out. I know it.
Well, why don't you go see the police?
Because you defended him, and I think you'll understand. You see, there's much more to this than you know about. Let me tell you the real story.
Then Don told me how he and Pete Norton had been in Korea together, and that Pete had saved his life under fire. The war over, they hadn't seen each other for 2 years, when one day Pete arrived at Don's house.
Oh, is this where Don Henderson lives?
Yes, sir. Who this is calling?
Pete Norton.
Pete Norton? You old son of a gun. Where have you been all this time?
I'll fight no war.
Come on in, Potter. Why didn't you write? I haven't heard a word from you.
Well, who writes letters? Thought I'd wait and say hello in person.
Oh, I don't even miss it anymore. Sit down. When'd you get in town?
This morning. Trying to get a fight at the local stadium.
Listen, I'll get you all the fights you want. I'll buy the joint for you.
From the looks of things, you can afford it. What'd you do, hold up Fort Knox?
No, I didn't have to. Not with all the money Grandfather left.
Boy, the only thing my father left me was a bunch of old bills.
Well, I'm glad I came down.
Ellen, this is Pete Norton. Pete, my sister. You remember?
How can I forget? The man who saved your life in Korea. He's told me the story 1,000,000 times.
Right.
After what you did for Don, you deserve more than that. Well, you know, Don's talked so much about you, I'd begun to think you were a myth.
All right.
Hope I don't look like one.
No, you look very real.
Pete's going to be fighting at the stadium.
Wonderful. I'll bring all my friends.
Well, that'll guarantee a full house.
You know, it's going to be kind of nice having a champion around.
Well, I wasn't planning on being champion. I just kind of thought I'd... Sit down, Pete. Sit down.
You just thought what, Pete?
Oh, I thought I'd pick up a few dollars fighting. You see, I'm going back to school under the GI Bill. Finish out my physical ed. School? Well, all you ever talked about was fighting. Now, what's this about? Well, things have changed now, Don. Takes a long time to get to the top. It takes a lot of backing, too, doesn't it? Now, what's the matter with you, boy? Don't you know that's where I come in? Oh, but... And no buts. Suppose I can't make the top.
How can you miss? All you need is plenty of good food, some training, and the right environment.
Where are you staying, Pete? Well, I figured on getting a room at the Y.
Oh, we wouldn't hear of it, would we, Don?
Well, of course not. You're staying right here. Oh, I didn't figure on coming down here and moving in on you, Don. Now, don't be silly.
Father, have the West guest room prepared for Mr. Norton. He'll be staying with us.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, it's all settled. Go on, Father. I'll show you the room. It looks like I'm outvoted. I don't know what to say.
Why talk?
This way, sir.
I like your friend.
Yeah, I caught your act. Look, Ellen, Pete's a great guy. He's the kind that always deals from the top. Now, do me a favor and don't try and put him on a leash.
Why, don't be silly. I'm engaged, remember?
Well, hardly. It's been going on for so long. I just don't want Pete hurt, that's all.
Well, neither do I. He's a dream. I've got an idea. Let's give a party in Pete's honor and have him meet all our friends.
Oh, I don't think so, Ellen. Pete's not the social type.
Well, I'm sure everybody wants to meet the man who saved your life.
I don't know. Pete's not used to our crowd. I don't want him to feel out of place.
He won't. I'll see to that. I think I'll see if he needs anything. There I was up to here in mud. Excuse me, I have to rescue someone. You're so funny. Now, Sue, I just lent him to you for a minute. Well, bring him back, will you? He's so different. I want you to meet Judge Parkin.
I have to meet anybody else.
You don't have to meet anybody but me. Interesting, isn't it, darling?
It's always amusing to watch my fiancée do a good show.
Looks as if she has a new leading man.
He hardly fits the part. Well, don't worry about it, Mona. I don't. He's just another novelty. Shall we, dance?
John, it looks wonderful on you.
I thought I'd let a woman tell me what to wear.
Well, you'd better get used to it.
Well, it sure is peaceful out here. Never think there was such a thing as a war. Things sure can be beautiful.
You're just finding that out.
I don't know how you feel, Ellen, but I've never known anybody quite like you.
I've never known anybody like you, Pete.
I hope you mean that.
I do.
You know, it's funny. Being out here with you makes me think of a summer I spent in the country when I was a kid. That was a big deal. I'd wake up in the morning, I could hear the roosters crowing and smell the hay. It made me feel all alive again. Kind of strong inside.
I like the way you talk, Pete.
Thanks.
You know, isn't it wonderful to think that all my friends are going to be there at the stadium when you win just for me? Shall we go and celebrate, Pete, with champagne?
Well, I'm in training, remember?
All right, but 1 or 2 won't hurt. Just for us.
in the car. Well, yeah, I'll be right out. Very good, sir. Where's Pete?
He's at the gym.
Good. I've been wanting to get you alone before I left town.
I've been around.
Yeah, but not alone. I've been trying to pry you away from Pete all week. Look, Ellen, I'm going to be gone for quite a while. There's trouble at the plant. Now, do me a favor, will you, and stay away from Pete?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've just been entertaining him. He is our guest, isn't he?
You know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm telling you, leave him alone.
Oh?
Look, Ellen, he's not like the other men you've known.
He's over 21. He can take care of himself.
Just don't hurt him, that's all. Now, remember that.
Took care of everything. As Pete was training for the fight Donna had arranged, she really looked after him. However, her idea of training was quite different from that of the boxing association, and Pete liked it.
I've never been so excited in my life. Pete, darling, I know you're going to win.
I'll do my best.
And get home as soon as you can after the fight to dress for the party at the car.
Okay.
That's to win.
Sure paying off. Yes, sir. I saw it on television. May I get you something? Oh, thanks. I think I'll just take it easy for a while. Yes, sir.
Oh, Pete.
I'm dressed already. Sorry I'm late. I'll go up and change.
Pete, I didn't think that you'd feel like going, so I told Perry he could pick me up.
Yeah, I'm sorry I let you down tonight, Ellen. Especially after you went and arranged the party and everything. Why don't we go out to some quiet place for dinner, just the two of us? Nobody misses.
Surprised at you, Pete. You wouldn't expect me to stand at my friends, would you? Oh, Potter, if that's Mr. Freeman, tell him to wait in the car. I'll be right out.
Yes, Miss Henderson.
I'll see you in the morning, Pete.
Well, it'll only take me a minute to change. Oh, you go to the club. I'll meet you there later.
Suit yourself. Oh, stop. Wonder what's keeping Golden Boy.
He's probably having trouble with the tie.
Now, look, let's don't talk about it anymore, shall we? You got yourself into this, darling. Perry, would you like to dance?
This is like old times, isn't it?
You're very understanding, Perry.
Have you told Lover Boy you've counted 10?
No, I thought maybe you would.
Oh, not again. Aren't you ever going to learn to wash your own linen?
Oh, here he is now, Perry.
Go powder your nose. I'll entertain your friend.
Hello, Pete. I'll be right back.
Hiya, Pete. How about a drink before Ellen gets back? Oh, I don't think so. I don't feel too much like it. Oh, come on. You need a drink. 2 scotch over rocks. Well, I guess fighting and women don't mix, eh, Pete? Guess not. I know how you feel, Perry. About Ellen, I mean. I meant to talk to you about it before. About what? Well, about getting married. Didn't she tell you? You're reading from the wrong book. You better wise up, Pete. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, you don't think that Ellen would consider a guy like you seriously, do you? From your side of the tracks? Well, listen, Buster, there's nothing wrong with my side of the tracks. And you better let Ellen do her own talking. Who do you think I'm talking for? I don't believe that. Wake up, man. You better get out while you can, or you'll take a worse beating than you did tonight. Shut up. Ellen doesn't give a hoot about you. Why don't you go back to the farm where you came from? Wouldn't you like to wake up in the morning and hear the roosters crowing and smell the new mown hay and feel all alive and strong? Okay, if that's the way you want it. Hello, operator, give me the police department. Hello? This is Perry Freeman. I want to file a complaint against Pete Norton, the prize fighter. You'll find him at the Lakeshore Country Club. The charge? Assault with a deadly weapon.
By the time Don Henderson returned to town, Pete had been tried and convicted. It was a serious charge. The law says a fighter's fist constitutes a deadly weapon, and there could have been a 1 to 10 year sentence. But because of his clean record, I got the charge reduced to a misdemeanor, and Pete only received 6 months at the county jail farm.
Helen?
Yes, Doc?
Stop that. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
How could you permit this to happen? I told you not to hurt Pete. You know what the guy means to me.
Of course I do. Why do you think I entertained him and introduced him around? How was I supposed to know he needed a nursemaid?
Nursemaid? Well,
Why didn't you call me when this thing happened?
I was simply trying to protect you. You know how people talk. I didn't want you to get mixed up in a scam.
Mixed up? Don't you realize this man saved my life?
All right. Does that make him your permanent responsibility?
No, but at least you could have called the family
He
lawyer.
wouldn't let me. He said he couldn't afford it. Besides that, the public defender did all right by him.
If you hadn't let him on, this would never have happened.
Don't you touch me. Where did he get the idiotic idea I was going to marry him anyway? His love letters are simply inane.
You mean he still writes to you?
I fixed that. I sent him a clipping yesterday saying that Perry and I had set the date.
You what? Why, you stupid child, don't you know what a Dear John letter does to a guy? So, all I can tell, if Pete gets that letter, he'll break out, I'm positive.
Do you think he'd be that foolish?
With his share of tough breaks, he couldn't take another one, not this one. Mr. Matthews, you've got to do something.
Well, we can't stop that letter, but we can try and stop Pete from getting it. Get me Kennedy at the county farm. Relax, Anderson. I'm quite sure that everything... Hello, Bill. Matthews. Yeah, fine, thanks. Say, what time do you get your mail up there? Well, when do the prisoners get it? They have. Then you better put a guard on one of my boys up there. He got some rough news this morning. Name's Pete Norton. What? When? Yeah, thanks. The two ladies broken out already. The police are looking for him now. Let's go. If we can get to him first, we might prevent more trouble.
You with a 10-foot pole.
We heard the whole thing. Haven't you caused enough trouble?
I'm ready, Mr. Matthews.
Pete's story and the motivation behind it, he was returned to the county jail to serve a minimum sentence, proving once again that justice is tempered with mercy. Now, the case you have just seen was brought to a fair and just conclusion through the efforts of a public defender. Public Defender Maurice E. Sherrill of Riverside County, California, and his staff for outstanding achievement in the cause of justice.